I was gonna say, I think oh, I guess that's in there too.
I know.
In August, I'm taking off. First week in August, September 1st,
That works.
You're fine.
So, I know I did done a couple weddings, but recently. Oh, hey, Joe, there's
If I cover my L1 Saturday.
at least it wasn't L2. Call to order the regular council meeting for the town of Evansville. May I have roll call, please?
Mayor Chad Edwards.
Here.
Councilmember Joe Canal.
Here.
Councilmember Candace Machado.
Here.
Councilmember Michael Scott.
Here.
Councilmember Kathy Steichen.
Here.
Town Attorney Leah Scott. Here. Chief of Police Mike Thompson. Here. Fire Chief Leo Molson.
Here.
Public Works Director Paul Hansen. Here. Town Clerk Janelle Underwood and the rest of the citizens.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, do I have a motion to approve the agenda? So move. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. All right, consent agenda, approval of the regular meeting minutes for June 14th, 2021. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll motion that.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Ordinance number 4, 2021.
Mr. Mayor, Council, brought before you tonight is ordinance 4-2021. This is an ordinance appropriate amount of money necessary to defray all expenses and liabilities of the town of Evansville for fiscal year July 1, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. And it's brought before you tonight on third and final reading.
Discussion on ordinance number 4-2021. Motion to approve.
Approved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Number 3, ordinance number 5, 2021, an ordinance amending the FY 2021 budget.
Mr. Mayor and Council, brought before you tonight is ordinance 5-2021. This is an ordinance providing for the amendment of the annual budget for the town of Evansville, Wyoming from July 1, 2020 through June 30th, 2021. Whereas the town council has adopted an ordinance providing for such an amendment, and whereas the town council believes such an amendment is necessary to reflect unanticipated revenues and expenditures, to increase departmental expenditures and to correct errors and omissions. Be it further ordained by the governing body of the town of Wyoming as follows. Section 1, the following sums of money are anticipated as revenue for the general fund, enterprise fund, capital improvement fund, debt service fund, trust and agency fund, June 30th, 2021. The grand total is $7,244,619. Enterprise fund is $3,915,398. Capital improvement fund is $2,245,902. Section 2, there is hereby appropriated for expenditures from the general fund. The grand total is $4,235,886. Section 3, there is hereby appropriated expenditures from the enterprise fund. The grand total is $1,270,187. This ordinance is amended tonight to some changes on some of the final dollars that came in, and attached with that was an explanation of those changes, and it spells out each one, those changes, small increases that have to be made in various departments. Brought before you tonight as amended on third and final reading.
Any discussion? I have a motion to approve ordinance number
Motion.
5.
A second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Ordinance number 6, 2021, an ordinance amending chapter 24 of the Evansville Municipal Code.
Mr. Mayor, Council, brought before you tonight is an ordinance, and what it's basically doing is changing the business license fee for food trucks. When this ordinance was written back in 2016, you didn't see a whole lot of food trucks, and it's something that has gained in popularity the last couple of years. The current fee for the food truck permits or a transient license is $100 for 14 days, $300 for a calendar year. We have a lot of complaints because it is a lot of money, and they can't always guarantee that they can cover that license fee for 1 day. So after talking it over, it's being presented to you guys tonight as changing that fee from 14 days at $100 to $25 for 3 consecutive days, or $300 for the calendar year. And it's brought before you tonight on first reading.
This is something that's been brought up to us multiple times in the past because somebody's having an event, the truck wants to come in for potentially a few hours, and to have to pay a $100 fee for that few hours just seemed excessive. So this is a proposal to bring that more in line for a limited engagement. So,
And that would also be 3 consecutive days. So that somebody's not pulling a permit for 3 days and paying $25 and having a day in June, a day in July, and a day in August. It would be 3 consecutive days for $25.
any discussion?
Where would the food trucks be when they're in town?
So it's dependent upon the food truck to pick that location, work it out with the landowner where they're going to go. That is all on them. This is just us providing a permit that they can operate inside town limits.
Philadelphia cheesesteak parked in front of my house.
We'll make sure that he knows that. Any other discussion? Do I have a motion to approve ordinance number 6?
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Kathy did. All right, resolution number 4, 2021, a resolution for the submission of a TAP grant.
Mr. Mayor, Council, brought before you tonight is TAP Grant Resolution 4-2021. This is a resolution authorizing the submission of an application for federal funding through the Transportation Alternatives Program administered by the Wyoming Department of Transportation for the town of Evansville for the purpose of the Lathrop Road Pathway Project. This is something that Town Engineer Shane Porter had mentioned last council meeting about a project to construct a 10-foot wide pathway from Curtis Street on Lathrop Road all the way down to Craig Thomas Boulevard. And it's brought before you tonight for approval.
So this is a project that was identified as a need in our Lathrop Road study, which was recently finalized, and basically providing this multi-use path along all the businesses there on Lathrop Road, as well as extending all the way down to the Aspen's Trailer Court, which is currently being remodeled, and provide a safe mode of pedestrians. Discussion?
Nope, I took my tour and drove around through there and looked at it. I can see where that would be. It's just a nice path up from there to an open yard, yeah.
And it does outline in the Lathrop study, there are several wayfinding points that they identified where a bench could be placed or something, somebody could rest and kind of have a good scenic overlook of the area. But I will mention, after our discussion last meeting, I know the very next day I went by there and there was a family walking in the ditch up along that road. So that's why I feel that there's a really a need there.
I know they're moving along with it pretty quickly. I mean, it's all paved up there and they're already moving stuff in there. And,
The,
oh yeah, it's moving pretty
And
quick.
this will make a option for the trailer court to connect to those businesses. So it's a good idea. It's a good idea. So, all right. Any other discussion? Do I have a motion to approve resolution number 4-2021? I have a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion passes. Item number 6, discussion on River Road speed limit and dogs running at large. I think Councilwoman Stipa asked to have this one added to the agenda, so I will let her explain.
I've had several citizens come to me worried about animals, dogs specifically. There are people riding down through the park on the dirt road with and without a leash beside their vehicle going down the road and exercising their animals. Other than that, the speed limit is my main concern as well. These people are worried about when they walk their dogs on the leash out there, that they're letting, some people are dropping their animals off at the beginning of the park, driving their vehicle all the way to the corner at the end, and their dog's running free and going where they want to. So there's potential danger there. There's potential danger to the citizens and the animals that are on the leash, much less the animals off the leash. But it has also been brought to my attention that people are they park at the beginning of the park. They, in order to stay in accordance with the leash law, will have a 5 or 6 foot leash and hold their hand out the window and ride down the road and let their dog run beside their vehicle. So my concern is, one, how do they know that they are actually going the speed limit if they're watching their animal? And then if they're watching their animal and can look at the speed limit, well, they're better than me. But then they're watching the rest of the pedestrians out with their animals and the other citizens and the children playing in the park. So I have spoke to Chief Thompson, and we have agreed, and I am putting forth and asking for it to be a 10-mile-an-hour zone in the park. Chief Thompson?
So we have discussed this. I suggest we put it in front of council for a public discussion. As the chief, I could just change it, but I think it's better for the public to have some input and council who represents the public. I went down there, I've driven at 20, I've driven at 15, I think it was him. Beyond the animal aspect, it will be less dust at 10 mile an hour. People are down there. Typically, you know, set it at 10, they're gonna try to drive 15 or 20. At 20, they're driving 25, trying to push 30. So I have no objection to lowering the speed limit to 10. I think it needs to be a discussion with the council. That's why we're different.
And I'd like to ask for it to be on the next agenda so that we can, I did let them know, and I will let them know further if it's okay if we put it on the next agenda so we can get more of the public and what their opinion is.
Discussion?
It's I kind of agree like with what the chief said and what Kathy said about lowering it out on not only just for the safety aspect of, I mean, it's a park. I mean, we want to get more people over there too, outside, but the dust and everything too, and it's not even paved. So I mean, the faster they go, the kicking up rocks, things like that. So hopefully, we'll see what the if we can postpone it until table it until next week or whatever, and then get some people in here, maybe see what they say too. But I'm kind of on board with that. I don't walk my dog down there, but but it's like, but I agree on that.
I walk my snake down there, he's kind of slow.
So are my kids.
You're on leash, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Any other discussion?
So my only question would be if we drop the speed limit to 10, I mean, what's that going to do? Because the chief is talking about if it's at 20, people are going to push it to 25. If it's at 10, people are going to push it to 15 to 20. How big of an issue is this? I guess is my understanding. So would it Chief, would it change anything if we drop it to 10? What is that actually going to do?
Well, with changing,
Children that play down there.
Okay.
And as you know, children are gonna do their own thing, even if the parent's right there. They can stop
Be focusing on is that
the safety.
we're dropping it for the safety.
Yes.
I just wanted clarification on that.
So I guess the thought is to have a public comments period on the next council meeting in order to hear
Yes.
the public input in regard to this subject. So we don't need a motion for that, but we'll add that to the next council meeting's agenda. All right, number 7, actually, I guess, was there any other discussion before we move along? Public comments. Any public comments? Any public comments? All right, public comments closed. Our motion to adjourn.
Motion that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
7:15.
I like that idea just because it's a dirt road. I mean, it's dirt. I mean, it's,
Well, and I
We'll
want
see.
the public to know that people are doing this with the animals, but I'm also concerned about, it's the safety all the way around. It's the people walking. It's the animals,
Can we
it's the
pass them
children
down?
Yeah.
That are down there. That's my biggest concern is you can't sit there and pay attention to that.
And this one just requires your
Okay.
signature.
The citizens. This is a safety issue. Yes, okay. Well, they're concerned for their safety and their animal safety.
Hi, how are you? Oh, not too bad.
There's 2 of them that is the safety issue. Outside of that,
Yes, sir.
they're worried about- Yes, when people are going down the road.
Yes, so,
It says 20.